All right, so it looks like we got 15 targets. I got 17 rounds. Let's see if I can clear all of them. Couldn't do it. Hey guys, Shot Midget here, back with another P80 Glock to do a video on. So this is a friend's. This is his first P80 Glock. Helped him assemble it last night. This is going to be his home defense gun. So right now he actually just purchased, about a year ago, hasn't really shot it, a Smith & Wesson, one of the Performance Center shields. So unfortunately the red dot's broken on that, so we have to get that replaced. But he does have a carry gun, and then now this is his home defense gun. And I am uploading a video on his AR. It'll actually be up before this. So the past AR that you've seen, it's the Ruger 5.56. That is the same guy that owns this. In my opinion, a 16-inch AR shouldn't be your go-to home defense gun. They're not bad. You load some soft points in there, or like, VMAX, polymer tip, and to reduce over penetration. I prefer pistol caliber guns though, whether it's a, carbine, MP5, Strybog, SIG, MPX, whatever, or just a typical full-size handgun. I would rather have that than a 5.56 rifle cartridge shooting in an enclosed space, okay? So if you shoot a 9mm, if I had to fire this in here a couple times, somebody busted in, my ears would probably be ringing, definitely. But a 5.56, I'd imagine like permanent hearing loss or like bleeding from the ears. Okay, maybe not quite that bad, but it'd be much, much worse. So I think a pistol caliber is a better suited home defense gun. But that is me. You could go with a 40 or a 45, depending on who you are. But 9mm is so common, so that's typically what most people go with. So this may look familiar, but this is not mine. This one is mine. So I built this one back probably 3 months ago. It is red, of course, but they're different. So you're seeing them both side by side. I did a video on this. Go check it out if you haven't seen it already. This is probably one of the best Glocks I've ever built. I love that thing so much. Shoots so friggin' good. So again, this is his first P80. Showed him walked him through it a little bit, and then he drilled all the holes and did all the dremeling, and I kind of just showed him what to do. So magazines, I'll start with that. The magazines, he's got 2 of these 17-round Magpul mags, 2 of them for the range, and then he has a 21-round magazine over here, which is for home defense. So this is how he's going to have it set up for home defense. Now, I only have 20 rounds in there. I unloaded it for him. Underloaded it for him because I told him you want that extra space for that one round. In my opinion, this is how I do my home defense guns. Not all of them, but especially with the Magpul mag, they're a little bit cheaper. You want that extra spring space for the to insert the mag on a closed slide. It clicks nice. It's not super tight to put in there. I can put it in and out pretty easily. So that one underloaded round I think is just worth doing. You still have 20 rounds. 20 rounds in a Glock for home defense is pretty dang good. My home defense gun is a Glock 19, and it's got a 24-round OEM Glock mag, which is arguably a little bit better than the Magpuls, but also twice as much cost. So I just underloaded it, and I think that is the way to go with that. The ammo that he's going to be using for home defense is the AAC. This is 115 grain. This stuff is pretty hot. Out of this barrel, it should be moving about 1,200 feet per second. Pretty dang good. It uses the XTP projectile from Hornady, but it's just loaded through AAC. It literally says XTP on the box there. This is a box of 100. I've got a mag of 15 rounds, so we're going to shoot 15 rounds to make sure it cycles, and then 20 for home defense, and then the rest of these will just be to save, because the hollow point is more expensive. It's about 50 cents a round for this stuff, which isn't actually bad at all. That's a really good price for, hollow point. So onto the gun. It is using a polymer 80 frame in black. It is a Glock 17, so it's the full size, which is good for home defense. I have the 19, which is a little bit shorter for home defense, but a 17 is probably the better way to go. You get a little bit extra rounds. Of course, mine has the extendo anyways, but you get a little bit extra grip there, and he's got decently sized hands, so this will serve him great. It is undercut, just like all the P80s, which is really nice. I love these P80 frames so much better than an OEM Glock. It's got a rail in the front of the 1913 on the frame, and what's on here is a nightstick. I forget the model, whatever they call this. I have one of these. I've got it. He took home the box, but I've got it on my Ruger 5.7, and it's a nice light. It's 850 lumens. Push up to stay on, up to stay on. It's the switch is ambi, and then down for momentary. So a nice light, 850 lumens is kind of perfect. I have one of the high lumen, Streamlight, and those are 1,000. That's kind of much, but between 800 and 600 is probably 600 to 800 is probably better for home defense, so you don't blind yourself when you wake up in the middle of the night if you have to use it. And then the frame just has a basic parts kit. So when I pull the frame slide off, here's what you see. It's just a basic parts kit. I don't remember what brand. I think it's KMT Tactical. I have one or two of these in my P80s. I think one, because I changed I changed to a Timney in my Glock 19. I used to have that trigger set in there, but I ditched it for a Timney. So it just has a basic trigger set. Not too bad, but definitely basic. Standard slide lock over here. Nothing to write home about in here. For the slide, it is using the stainless steel. It is 16 pound, like I said. One of the best parts kits I've ever purchased. It comes with a stainless steel spring guide. I think this is OEM NDZ. I typically buy NDZ parts. You can see the package right here. This did not come in here, but trust me, I have 3 of these NDZ spring guides, and it literally is the exact same thing. They probably come from the same factory. That one is just 16 pound stock, whereas I have like an 18 in one of mine, a 17 in the other, and then I have this exact one in this block down here. So 16 pound stainless steel. I don't like the polymer ones. I recommend against them. I would not run the plastic ones. Just my opinion, I want a stainless steel spring guide. Just makes sense to me. The barrel on here is Swinson, made by Swinson. It's marked on the top 9x19, so 9mm SS for stainless steel. It's the same barrel that's in my other one. I just have the black one, and I believe this finish is nitride. Good finish. I have 2 of those barrels, actually. 2 of the exact ones. Black threaded Swinson, and then this is a silver version. There is a silver muzzle brake on here, which is the exact same one I have on my red one. Exact same brand. It's just a no-name. It came off eBay, and it works just fine for, I think it's like 15 bucks. It may have been, I think it was about 20 shipped. So, still well worth the cost. Some of these companies charge like 80 bucks for something like this. It just makes no sense. I did blue Loctite it on there on the threads, so it's nice and tight, and then I just tightened these 4 screws down nice and tight as well. The slide on here comes from KMT Tactical. It is Cerakoted. It's in the color red, and it's their basic slide. 150 bucks. It's got forward and rear cocking serrations. Nothing special about it. It's kind of just a basic slide. It is Cerakote, so Cerakote's pretty good. It's kind of, Cerakote's so popular nowadays. It's kind of one of the more basic finishes. It's easy to do. It's painted on and then baked. Whereas with, PVD, nitriding, all those sorts of things, you have to have like machinery to do that. So the sights on here are the same ones I used on my Glock 17 in this box here. I think they're True Glow. I threw away the package downstairs. I believe they're True Glow. You'd have to go, if you want to be sure, check the video out on this one because it was fresh in my mind. I believe it was True Glow. They're like 60 bucks shipped on Amazon. They're like the cheapest ones you can find. They're aluminum, or actually they're steel. The package literally says CNC steel. So they are steel, they're not plastic, they're not crap. These are the best tritium sights in my opinion for the price. 60 bucks shipped. That is a fantastic deal. They are white and then they glow green. They almost look blue, which is really cool. But green kind of has a bluish hue anyways when it's dark. Looks good. They're fantastic. Forgot to say it does have the extended magazine catch on there, which is good for home defense. I would not do that for a carry gun because you don't want to accidentally drop the mag, when you pull your gun out sort of deal. So he will have to be mindful of that to keep his finger away from it. But that's better, in my opinion, for home defense is the Extendo magazine catch. I've got two of, I actually have, I'll show you, they're, I think they're Strike Industries is the brand. See that mag catch there? It's different. It's CNC'd aluminum, you can see there. So he was considering buying a silver one for this, because he has silver, you know, muzzle brake and barrel. But he didn't want to spend the extra money for a different magazine catch and slide lock. He didn't want to do two-tone on the receiver, basically. Didn't really want to spend the money on those little parts. So here's a close-up of it. I want to show the back plate here. See what that says. I think it just focuses. It'll get just the tip, I promise. And it's a pistol cartridge. So super fitting for this pistol. And again, there's the tritium sights. My favorite set of sights, hands down. So that's how it looks. Fantastic pistol, in my opinion. You know, we're going to test it today, so we'll see if it's reliable. But it looks good. I think it would be cooler, again, with the two-tone silver mag catch, silver slide lock, and the magwell silver, flared magwell. You know, just to get some more silver parts on there. And maybe a silver trigger. But that's just me. He didn't mind the way it's set up now. And plus, that would cost like a solid $60 to $100, especially if you got a different trigger. But just for, you know, magwell down here, new magazine catch, and the silver slide lock, it would be about $60 to $70 for those pieces. Because I know that because I changed mine. Put colors for mine. Anyway, so the trigger on here is stock. I would say 6 pounds. Again, it hasn't been broken in whatsoever because it is a brand new setup. Reset isn't that bad. The pull, the poundage is just kind of where it gets you. Reset's pretty short. So I would say definitely 6 pounds. Feels just like a typical Glock trigger. A bunch of play in front of it. Safety does work. So if you don't pull the middle of the trigger, it won't fire. And then all that play. So there it is. Hopefully we get it broken in today. We, again, plan on shooting at least 500 rounds to it. So that's pretty much it for this video. I've gone over everything. If you have a question about anything, let me know. One in the back doesn't want to fall down.